Hello, my name is Andrew Grant, and today I'd like to talk to you about Spaces in OS X 10.5. Spaces allows you to have multiple desktops running at the same time so that you don't have to have all of your programs cluttered up in just one window. I'd like to show you how we use Spaces and how to turn it on and configure it. First, we go to System Preferences. Inside the Exposé and Spaces preferences, you select the Spaces tab, and you'll notice the first thing you'll need to do is check this box to enable Spaces. This makes Spaces turn on for you. The other thing I like to do is check the Show Spaces in Menu Bar box. This causes Spaces to appear up here at the top of the screen with a number telling you what space you're currently in. Now, the default configuration only has 4 windows. By clicking the plus next to column or rows, you can add more columns or more rows as you see fit. The other item to take a note of down here is the Activate Spaces options. Now, by default, this is simply an F8 option. But I use my F keys for other programs, so I wanted to make it a little bit different. So I'm using the Command F8. And if you're not sure how to set one of these, you simply hold down the Command key, or the Option key, or the Control key, or the Shift key, or any combination of any of those, including all of them if you like. Then select one of the options, and that is what you'd have to press in the future to make that work. So these menus do have some interesting interactivity with the modifier keys on your keyboard, which are Command, Option, Control, and Shift. To switch between spaces, this is the symbol for Control plus the arrow keys. So if I'm in space 4, I can Control up arrow to go to space 2, or Control left arrow to go to space 3. The other option I like is the Control number keys. So by holding down Control and pressing 1, I will go directly to spaces 1. This checkbox down here at the bottom, when switching to an application, switch to a space with open windows for the application. Normally with this checked, if you click the icon in your dock for a running application, and that application is currently running in a space, it'll take you to that space, to that desktop. The other area I'd like to bring your attention to is the application assignments. I like this area because it allows me to lock specific applications to specific spaces. I have my spaces set up so that space 1 is for Finder windows, space 3 is dedicated to Safari, space 4 is my email, and if we scroll down here you can see what assignments I have for what applications to what spaces. So what happens here, if you assign an application to a specific space, it makes it so that when you launch that application, it will always open in that space. I really like that feature. Now that we have spaces open, let's see what we can do with that. Let's go ahead and quit System Preferences. And notice here at the top, I'm in space 5. I can pull this menu down and jump to any space I'd like. For instance, space 1. Here are my Finder windows. I can jump to any space I'd like, or what I can do is select the hotkey to activate spaces, and you can see here I get a quick look at all of my spaces exactly as they would look if I switched to them. Some interesting things can be done when you're in this view. You can actually press the hotkey for Exposé, which shows you all the open windows slightly smaller so that you can see a little bit of everything. And now I can mouse over each window to see what I have open. In Finder, it's showing me the folder that I currently have open, or the file. In my email, it's showing me how many email messages I currently have. I can see all the different windows and jump to that space that I want. So I'm going to press the hotkey to change spaces now that we talked about. Control left arrow takes me to space 3, Control down arrow takes me to space 5, Control 6 will take me to space 6, Control 1 to 1. This is how you can jump between spaces using either the Control number keys or the Control arrow keys, or you can simply click the menu at the top to select the space you'd like, or the hotkey to activate the Spaces window to see all of your windows at once. So hopefully this will give you a better idea of what Spaces is and encourage you to start using it if you're not already.